Yesterday we talked about classes and what and can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
All right. So yesterday we talked about classes, variables, methods, and all that. We are going to everything is going to make sense in the end because I know that at some point you might actually get like yesterday you might get confused and you know it happens and it's not it's not out of sorts. So today we are going to be sorry, I'm trying to open my IntelliJ. This window here. No, this has to
I'm
talk
here.
with. You said what?
I can hear you. I thought you said can you hear me?
No, 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 no. I said I'm trying to open my IntelliJ.
Okay.
Sorry. So, so um the today we are going to be talking about Java comments. Um Java comments. Java comments are very, very because you'll be working in teams, you get so working in teams we have to okay. So because you'll be working in teams in Java comments are very, very important. Java comments are very, very important because it helps to just like normal comments. I'm not talking about the toxic Twitter or yeah, even with the old toxic social media stuff, it just gives an opinion about um what is going like the topic at hand or the topic in view. So the same as Java comments, it's elaborate. It's like commenting on something, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, why do we comment? Comments are integral part of any program, any programming language. All programming languages have comments. Yes, they do. Um, so they're integral part of any program. They help the person reading the code. Often you, sometimes if even the comment is helping us. I know my comment helps me a lot because there are some things that there are some codes I write that I know that is only after that day, it's only Jesus that understands that code. So without the comment, only Jesus can help me. Do you get what I'm saying? So the comment it helps you understand your code because a lot of times you might actually research online and then get some codes and then like tweak it to attach to your program and whatnot. So you understand the flow at that point because your head is like, you are operating in another cloud. Do you get? So the comment helps you to, okay, this is what I am at this point in time. This code, this is what I had in mind. This was what this was. This is how this program is. This is the whole flow of this program, the variables and all that. This is what is going on in this particular program. It is critical that you get in the habit of always commenting your code and doing it as you write your code, not after the fact. Now, there's something I'm going to say about comments. There are some comments that are just uh, well, for lack of a better word, they are just stupid in terms of like you don't need it in like it's just basic program. Comments are mostly for programs that you know that okay, this thing is probably going to be hard for me to get the next or day or the next time I'm opening this particular program. Do you get? So it's not that it's everything your code will not be full of comments because it will slow you down and it would just make your code bulky and unnecessarily complex. Imagine navigating through loads of comments when it's not like you're writing thesis or something like that. So comments are for important part of the program, important parts of your program, important parts of your codes. So it's not it shouldn't be no there's of course there you can abuse anything in this life. Even the best things in life can be abused when it's getting too much. You get there's something called too much comments. Like it occurs, and it's not in as much as we encourage commenting codes, when it's getting too much and you are explaining like something that you feel like someone like a basic programmer can get, you shouldn't really comment on that. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just imagine declaring a variable and then you are typing like this is to declare a variable called unicorn, blah blah blah. Nah, that doesn't make sense. Although there are some variables that you declare that might be like in terms of their, it's not even variable objects now. So that's a whole new, that's another direction entirely. So yeah, we have two types of comments. Java programs, let me be specific, have two kinds of comments: implementation comments and documentation comments. Implementation comments are those found in C++. They are delimited by this particular symbol and this. While documentation comments, also known as dot comments, are Java only and are delimited by this. Dot comments can be extracted to HTML files using the Java doc tool. Now, the Java doc tool comes with your JDK. It comes with your JDK. It's like we're going to see an example of that. Yeah. So the sorry, trying to open oh boy, I think I messed it up. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So the Java doc something comes with the JDK. Is a tool that comes with your JDK. Now implementation comments are meant for commenting out codes or for comments about the particular implementation. Yeah. While documentation comments are meant to describe the specification of the code from an implementation-free perspective, to be read by developers who might not necessarily have the source code at hand. Now, documentations are like manual. I'm going to show you an example of documentation. Listen, Java has its own documentation, Java, like the whole program, has its own documentation. So I'm going to show you like specification, Now, this is the standard Java documentation. Platform, sorry, technical documentation, API documentation. So everything Java, this is where you find it. Like okay, see the Java documentation now. It's a manual, it's a reference material. It's not something you should read from cover to cover. You get what I'm saying? So let's see. Yeah, see, this is an example of documentation. The Doclet API. See, sometimes when we import, you know what? Let me use my IntelliJ. And there's a way you can get the documentation from IntelliJ too. Yeah. I think, sorry, OpenJ. Or is even a new journey? Okay, yeah. Trying to look for something you have used. No, let me not go this route. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to look for like classes, like the string of class now. I'll see okay. Let me just do Java string class. documentation. Okay. Right. Yeah, let's use this. Now, this is the class string documentation. Sorry. Now, the class string, you've used string when you declare a variable, when you want to declare a variable. When you want to declare a variable, this class, let me see, let me create a new, don't worry. Yeah, let me create a new class and yeah, let's call it doc. Okay, so when you want to, I'm going to make it main class. And okay, this particular thingy.
Can you increase your fonts? Because I'm sorry, but I can't see.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not seeing anything you're doing.
Okay. Editor. Okay. Fonts. What is wrong with it? Sorry. No, that isn't. Oh, sorry. I know, right? That's not my editor now that I'm trying to increase the font. Something. Let me just change the font. This is weird. It's not affecting my editor. That's weird. Just sorry. Let me just use increase my um I'm supposed to actually increase my font, so I don't know what's going on. Let me just go back to the old UI.
I can see better now.
Yeah, I know. I had to go back, so there's a problem with the new UI. Okay, let's do this. You can see it now. Okay, so the string
I'm
equals
not
to.
seeing your screen now.
You have stopped
Oh,
sharing.
sorry about that. Because I restarted my screen. Right now, can you see it now? You see my screen now.
Yes.
So string. So now this, I'm loading the class. This is the documentation. How did I get here? Oh, sorry, I just jumped. You just control click this on this. You get. So now this is the documentation for is in read-only mode because it's Java dedicated people that did it. So you cannot edit this, you can't do anything on it. It's only read-only. So this is the get out of here. This is the documentation for the string class. We use string a lot. So this tells us everything we need to know about string, all the methods that are in string, all the what's it called? All the variables in the string, all the okay, let's check out one of the methods. this is a constructor, shows us that this is a constructor. This is how we create a new string. This is you said you did something about constructor yesterday. String is a class. It's just the same thing as what you did yesterday, creating a class and then creating an object from the class. So what we did here is use the string class, create an object string, and then we constructed. You can always do new string, blah blah blah. That's a whole nother thing, a whole nother um a whole nother what's it called, subject on its own. It's about heap memory. It's all about memory, that creating a new string.
Yeah, but this is what I know. This is what you taught me yesterday.
Yeah, this is standard. What I just did, I just wanted to show you something. Yeah. This is standard. This is standard. You get like this one now is. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I can mute. This is what do they call it? Mutating the string. I've changed the value of the string, so it's no longer this, it's now this. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is just for declaring new instance of string. So where I'm actually going to is this. These are the methods, the constructors and the methods. There's a lot of constructors. Nobody really bothers about this because imagine you, because you want to know Java, you're reading all this. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I said it's a reference document and all that. So this, let me see if we can get a class, a method to lowercase. Let's go and look for it in our string. Oh boy, this is going to take a lot. Mm, mm. Onto okay, um, starts with. Let's see if there's a start with. See, starts with. Now there are two starts with. This is what he was telling you about method overloading. You see, there are two starts with. One has a one has one has two parameters, prefix and t offset. This other one has only one parameter, that's prefix, which sets the t offset to. It has already initialized. It's using this one. Oh god, I'm going too far. But yeah, this is basically method overloading. It's using this particular method in this, but it's initializing the t offset. It's setting it to a standard value of 0. So that is what documentation gives you. Documentation gives you an overview of the class, or the class you are using, of the object you are using and stuff like. It gives you an overview. It is well detailed. So documentation is a whole nother like ball game in terms of people preparing documentations. There are people that specialize in doing documentations, but it only encourages us to, like, we don't know where we'll find ourselves in the future. It might be a technical documentation writer or something like that. So you have to be conversant with the fact that there's something called documentation and why we need it, so that you not be like, these people are just giving me stupid work or something like that. You get, it's not stupid work, it's actually you are helping developers. Like now, is this documentation, if I have any problem with the string class and I'm like, let me go and read the documentation, let me see what it says. Do you get what I'm saying? Oh, it returns index with the string, blah blah blah, with this, where it runs the index with this string. Okay, I know that. Okay, this is what this is doing, because somebody has taken the time and has gone through the pain of documenting everything that is to everything that concerns the string class. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, so we are going to proceeding. This was just by the way. You can also initialize your what's it called? your string like that too, the way I did it. But I think this is just standard, like it's just standard. You get what I'm saying? This one is standard. But you can also initialize it like that. It's no problem. There are different ways to initialize strings. There's the string builder, there's yeah, so that's it. Yeah, I'm not showing this screen anymore. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. PowerPoint. Share this window. Shit. Okay, yeah. So I just went through a whole preaching of documentation. I don't know. It's something I really, really cherish because when I'm using frameworks and something is not working for me, I can always go back to the documentation and say, okay, how did these people do it? What does this method that I want to use, what is it supposed to do? What is the flow like and all that? Because I'm a developer myself. Do you get? So I can read the code and I can understand. I can read the documentation and I can understand. Me merely just typing it, I may not be able to get if I just type like that starts with now. I've never used it before, but if I'm to use it and if I'm getting an error, I can always go back to the documentation and say, oh, what am I missing out? Am I supposed to use the one that has that I will initialize the T offset myself, or am I supposed to use the other one? Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what documentation does to you. Good stuff. Now we are going to for implementation comments. Implementation comments are just for like stay share this window. Okay. Okay. Say I have a method. Say I have a method. Sorry. Public. Sorry. Oh, that keyboard is on. Sorry. Public string. Print. You know what I'm saying? So. String. But. Turn. That's the method. So I want to run it on this. So I now say, and I want to implement this. I can just use this returns the value of the string, imputed something string value. This returns the string value. I know this is I'm just trying to like make you understand. So I say print string. I'm sorry. Yep. It's static, sorry. Don't know what the hell I was doing. So this is returning the value. So I want to bring it out. This is just me being silly. Sorry. So what's to put it down that way? That's just stupid. Yeah. I want to show you something about comments. Comments never appear in your what's it called? What the sorry. Comments never appear in your code. You never see it. You never see comments in your code. So this implementation is telling me that if I want to use this particular method, it's telling me that, okay, this method is returning this any string value I pass. It's printing any string value I pass to it. This doesn't even make any sense. Let me use this instead so that now I have to print outline. Wow. So it's not returning anything. I'm going to make it void. Going to click that one. What's wrong with this? What's going on? This was the problem it was giving me yesterday at administration.
Yes. I don't know what I typed, so I just have to restart the IntelliJ again.
It's giving me the same. Let me just restart it because I don't know what to do. It just all of a sudden changed the cursor. I don't know. I think it's the old presenting something. I'm going to share my window. Welcome back. So, and after every code we put, so this is redundant. We don't even need it. So I can basically say print name. So I definitely know that this print is going to print out this new object that I declared in my console. So even if I didn't know before, I'm going to read this implementation code as, oh, this return the string value. Okay, it's going to return this value, that any value I impute in it. If I change it to something like peace, that's what it's going to return. It's going to return peace or joy. Yeah, so that is implementation code. It tells you about an implementation. Majorly is used on, I don't want to say methods. It's used on both method and classes. It just shows you like, okay, it doesn't give you it's more of a personal thing, like, okay, this is what this one does, this is what this one does. A document tells you the overview of a documentation comment tells you the overview of the whole class or the whole project or something like that. But implementation just tells you about particular methods or functions or however you want to call it in different languages. That's what implementation, and this is how we delimit it. You can either use, this is the single line, this is the multi-line. Okay, let me do the multi-line. Come on. Yeah. So we've seen the single line implementation. Let's do the multi-line. Stop it. Activity bear. Don't know if it's something I press. Oh, okay. So the multi-line, I can write anything to not affect my code. Write anything to not affect my code. You get the multi-line gives you more room for, more room for explanation. And it's also used for commenting out code. There's a simple shortcut, control backslash, and then this code is commented out. Control backslash, and then it's commented out. I don't have any problem. It's also used for commenting out code. We said it here. Implementation. No, not here. Sorry. Yeah, this. Where did I say it again? Okay. There's a place I said commenting out code now. Hey, Jesus, a baby. Okay, yeah. No. My Michael. Sha, you can comment out your code because I don't know where I know I said it somewhere. You can comment out your code. Any code you are not using, just comment it out and it will not the JVM will not run it. Now documentation, I think we already said a lot about this documentation. Now look at an example of this documentation. The Hello World program implements an application that simply puts Hello World to the standard output. Tells you the author, the version, even when it was done. So the documentation actually helps you, and then there's an implementation code. Yeah. Did you even do the standard? Sharon, did you do the standard ritual in programming, writing your first Hello World?
Yeah. In this, yes. You know, I had started the class before you guys. Yes.
I wanted to baptize
So
you
we've
first.
gone over all. I was
It's a
going
ritual.
over
You have to do
yeah.
it. If you have not done it, you just do it now. But welcome to you have done it, so there's no problem.
I
So
mean, that writing program. You now want me to go back to Hello World, please?
it's
I want
just
to go forward. I don't
initiation.
want to go backwards. Yeah, but
It's
you
just
can do it,
initiation
Sha. It's
now.
fine. It's fine. You can do it if you want to. It's okay.
No, that's no problem.
It's okay.
Yeah. So the documentation is this is the symbol you use for documentation. So let's try it out. Let's see. Like it again. So write whatever you want to write. It knows this is a documentation, blah blah blah. I wish I was this fast too. So yeah, this is what the documentation. You write your program, whatever the overview and stuff. So that's it. Um. So in case you are like me, that likes going over, there are resources for you to kind of check out what is going on in the world of documentation. You can also go to the Java comments. Jesus, documentation. I think this one they did not even update it because I was reading it one time. Like, you can go to the Java comment documentation and then you see everything, all things and everything. This one they extracted it to HTML for sure. So you see everything is more readable. It's just a reference point. The reference is the reference something. So yeah, with that we are done with comments. I just wanted to like emphasize about comments. Now let's go to the nitty-gritty of today. I just wanted to get that out of the way and then go to today's class. Today's class is about Java coding standard. It's also about Java comments. Like today's class is Java comments and Java coding standards, but comments is just many people think comments are like you don't need comments. Why is this guy stressing us? Something like that. But yeah, it's just I just wanted to preach the gospel of comments today. And then yeah, let's do coding standards. You know how you create packages. There's something called package. Like this is a package. Am I sharing the screen? No, I'm not. This is a package. This is a package. This is a module. This is the source file, sorry. It has a package. A package can have a class. It can have anything you want. It can also have another package. Okay. You can have another package. Say you want to do package. I want to name it say package for food. Simply create package, and then inside this package, you want a new class of swallow. You see, we have a new class. So we know that okay, this is my general package. Under this package, I have a packet of food, package of swallow, and inside my swallow, I have I have my my codes, and that's my class. In a package, you can have different things. When we get to you see, there's interface, there's record, there's enum, there's annotation. So when we get to object-oriented programming, you know what interface is. Enum, enum is also a class. So enum is just a class that defines like there are some variables that are not changing. Let me see if I can. This is totally out of scope. Let me just say class enum color. Okay, so enum just like defines what's it called? Blue, red, yellow, and say green. Just an enum. It just defines, and if I want to use the enum here, hopefully I'm still correct because why I used like I'm supposed to put in a class. Sorry. That is supposed to be an object, not string. String is it doesn't return like a string or something like that, but it's supposed to be a different type of object, maybe an array or a list or something like that. You get so string has its own definition, so it does not fit the string. But that's how you use enum. That was just an off track. I just wanted to tell you that okay, the class can contain an enum, a class, an interface, an abstract class, you know, different things. It just comprises of everything and all things that you need that are concerning the particular class, the particular package you have. You have like this is food package. Now imagine having color in food package. It doesn't really why we have packages is just to tell us okay, this particular one it has like they have a relationship together. There's a relationship between swallow and if I change this to like draw soup or rice or we know they are all food. Do you get what I'm saying? So they are all food and it just helps you is it's just for project structure actually. Packages and whatnot, they are just for project structure so that you know where to go when you have problems. You know, start imagine there's another package that is um let's say car and I'm not putting swallow inside car. Swallow what am I swallowing? Is it both or not? Or what is it that we are swallowing? Do you get so it's just for project structure. Okay, so that's by the way. Let's go to the Java coding standards because there are some standards that you must observe. It's not because it's for your own good, sir. It's for your own good and it's for other people's good. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's say in my swallow, I want to define a variable string. I want to have a variable string, and that string is supposed to be I'm trying to think of something. Okay, swallow. Let's say it is oh Jesus, texture type or something. I want two words together. Um country that that eats this. I know my code has error. So I'm going to point out I want to use this error to talk about a lot of things. Now there are Java keywords. You cannot use this like this. This is a Java keyword. There are so many Java keywords. We have this, we have for, we have final, we have this one, not final, that is other. We have protected, we have if, we have else. You can't use that when naming your variable. You can't. Imagine I came here now. No, let me first debunk this. Okay, imagine I use this now. I now want to say sorry. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna try. Imagine I want to say equal string. Why now? Because why now? It won't accept this. Java is going to throw an error. And let's see unexpected token. Because this is actually a Java keyword. You can't use a Java keyword in naming your variable. You can't. That is one thing. You cannot use the Java keyword in naming your variable. That's being said. You cannot have space in between. Like you want to name your variable. You cannot have space in between your variable. You rather do this. If I did this, in Java, assets. You see all my errors, and then Java. Oh, my error has cleared because I am no longer violating anything. But you are still violating something. No, it's fine like this. If you want to leave it like this, people code like this. This is actually just weird for me. I can't use a variable that is like this. I rather there's another thing called that this is called the camel case. Camel case. Where this first letter is first letter of the word is of the variable is in small letter, and the following words have capital letter. That is, so if I want to add another thing, it will start with capital letter. It will start with capital letter. I'm just adding random stuff. It has to start with capital letter. So stuff like that. So that is camel case. Now there are different um I just want you to have like good what's it called, coding etiquette in terms of when you're naming variables, so that you not just come and name variable anyhow. Imagine having num1 equals 6 5. Now it's cool for someone that is just beginning and now say num2 equals 6. This is practically like for the code I'm about to write. Maybe I want to add number 1 and number 2 together. It's quite good. But rarely in the real world with you have num1 and num2. This int will be something. It might be age plus, say, let's use perimeter. Say I want to define the perimeter of a rectangle now. That is length, breadth. This makes sense. Imagine I want to I want to define the perimeter of it. Yep. Supposed to be here. So imagine I want to define the perimeter of a, and I write my method to be public static. Wait, this is wait. Now the camel case, you use it in methods, majorly methods and variables. That's where you need when you are naming your method or naming your variable, you use camel case like this. Now I want to say perimeter of a circle. It just makes it easier to read. Now I have int length, int imagine somebody coming here and just naming this any weird thing and then just write num1 num2 here. It will be annoying because it makes more sense like this. When I'm done, I'll now say, let's just do this. What's the perimeter? 2 lengths, 2 into L brackets L plus B. Yeah, as we should return the perimeter to help this circle is, this is concatenation 2 L plus 2. What the hell am I doing? 2 times L length, sorry, plus 2 times breadth. Now, I've defined this method. Now I want to use this. I define, this is the main class, the main method, sorry. I want to run this code. I have this. I'll say perimeter of a circle. When I want to input, it asks me for the first parameter. And when you're naming your parameters too, this is the parameter or an argument. It is camel case because you're actually declaring a variable here too. So it's variable declaration. To any variable declaration, it has to be in camel case. When there are 2 or more words, when there are 2 or more, when it's only one word, you can use your small letter. Basically, majorly should be small letter, yeah. So when I want to run this, I just put my length as my first argument and breadth as the second argument, and I'm good. And I can run this code, and it will look nice. Perimeter of the circle is 22. 22 what? Say cm. Whatever it is, whatever unit. I'm sorry. Perimeter of the circle is 22 centimeters. In this code, it makes sense. Why we are doing the Java, why there's a standard, is so that your code is, number one, readable. Okay, number one, your code is readable. Number two, your code makes sense. It is majorly for readability and modularity, so that if there is going to be a change in your code, the person will understand, okay, this variable is length, this is breadth, not num1 num2. If somebody did num1 num2 now, I have to change it to length and breadth. That is for readability, so that it will help me out. Like this code now, I don't need to comment or do any implementation comment and start saying, oh, say this returns a perimeter, perimeter. What's wrong with me today? Oh, a circle. I don't need this. This code is self-explanatory on its own. So any developer handling my code, I don't need to start saying. But when I'm doing, say I now change it to perimeter, perimeter. Why did I say circle? And you people did not correct me. Rectangle, Jesus. Are you people following me at all? Is anybody here?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
I now said, and I did circle, and nobody corrected me.
Sorry about that.
No, it's cool. Like, so I saw it myself. I'm like, you tell it where. Now, in this case, you will need this. So let us know the madness you are actually up to. Because I don't know what is perimeter, what is number one until that is when I'm just telling you in a case like this, you just need this. You just need to tell me, okay, what is this code doing? What is this particular method supposed to? What perimeter is it giving me? Then you have to specify. But if I had done it, if you had done it the first way I did it, the code is less bulky. This can get out, and your code is more free, and there's less, clunkiness in your code. It helps us to it makes the code less bulky and you know more it's for readability, sha. So yeah, we have done that. And then for um yeah, for say
Yep.
float now. Float right. Float is a decimal point number or something like that. What am I doing? When did this one start? Oh yeah. Sorry. Long two, long blue, plus two. So these are all for long. You have to put L for float. Um you have to put what is it called F. Now for Boolean. Now a Boolean is a true or false variable. A Boolean is a true or false variable. So in naming your Boolean variable, it has to make sense. It has to answer the question true or false. The value of a Boolean can either be true or false. So if you are going to name your Boolean, say I have Boolean and that is num one, num two. I don't know that num two just announce it true. It will pass because it will just pass. And I'm sure it will even give me like, let me see what one in is giving. So that is never used. It will actually pass. But the problem you are going to be having with other people or with me, if I'm the one actually, if I'm part of your team, is that why would you name a Boolean variable like this? So because the value of a Boolean variable is either true or false, it has to make sense in terms of naming. So a Boolean variable name can be is even. So if you want to use the Boolean in a loop or a conditional statement, it will make sense if so is even. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm so passionate about this nonsense. I'm serious because it is It's actually painful. I've seen a lot of codes. I've seen how people name variables, and it's so annoying because it doesn't bring it reduces readability for anybody that is going to like handle that code next. So your boolean has to make sense in terms of naming it. Let's see a true or false state, a true or false value. A true or false value. Let's see which value I can use for true or false. So say is show a lady. This makes sense. Not just be weird and just put lady. If no, okay, Boolean lady, true. No, it has to make sense. Is or let's say, okay, I mean I'm not eating as Femi eating. I can say false because I'm waiting for Shem to give me dinner. Sorry, breakfast. Bring breakfast. So yeah, it makes sense like this when you're naming your variables like this. I'm very, very particular about this Boolean because I've seen things in this life, in this very short life of mine. I've seen things and it's not good. Let us change. So yeah. So yeah, it has to when naming your variable, it has to make sense. And don't name it, don't don't let us be weird and name today. Your variable name must not be too long to again. Like please, Edo, it must not be too long. Imagine saying today because he is expecting. At this point, I'm even tired. Like, how do you have the strength to actually type something this long? No, please. Let it be short and concise and let it make sense in its shortness and conciseness. All right. So yeah, that is that about that. Sorry about the rant. It was more of a rant than teaching. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get something out. No, I'm tempted to do operators, but I know that you said you know operators. Okay, just for the case of just for people that are going to be joining this class or watching this video, let's just go over operators. Or you guys did it in the last class.
No, you can do it. You can do it.
Okay, so I've already done an example of an operator in the method of perimeter of the rectangle. I did that. So there's additional, there's subtraction, there's division, there's multiplication, there's modulus, and there are other things where you can combine everything together. So basically, in first first um this even makes sense than num1 and num2. Sorry, Jerry. No? 20. What the? Oh, what that was doing. So addition. This is different from this. Using this in this statement is different from using it in this in this particular first bracket. It is concatenation. It's even like concatenation, like joining the two together. Using it here, it became an operator because it involved when you use the plus. Okay, yeah. when you use the plus sign with two different strings, it's for concatenation. But when it is between numbers, integers, variable, integers, oh my god, integers, floats, long, big decimal and whatnot, and all the stuff we have,
And double
it
too.
becomes an operator. But here it's just a concatenation something. So yeah, this is for addition. Let's copy this. So subtraction. That's what you do. Multiplication. Division. Division. So modulus. Shut up. Find what? Modulus. Not the symbol for modulus is the percent sign. So when I print this, when I run this, it gives me the different. When you add 10 plus 20, 30, when you struck out minus 10, when you multiply, when you divide, it gives you this. Modulus is the remainder of the division. When you divide, what's it called? The first number minus divided by the what's it called? The second number, it gives you a remainder of 10. Okay, so modulus is just like a remainder something. So yeah, those are the operators. And what else? Oh yeah, so access modifier. Okay, so there are different access modifiers. We have private, we have public, we have protected. Yeah, those are like the main ones, like private, public, protected. Then I think I don't know if final is an access modifier, but yeah, I think it should be. I think it should be.
No, it is not.
It is not, right. Okay. There is default, yeah. There's default. Final is actually tricky. It just doesn't let you change. Oh, it doesn't let you change the variable. Yeah. So private, when we were writing our class yesterday, is it public? Okay, you didn't even specify any access modifier. So for when you get to encapsulation and all that, you understand why we need access modifiers. Now, when you say something is public, it is the normal English word. In terms of when you say something is public, that means everybody has access to it. Public toilets, everybody has access to it. You know, public funds, everybody has access to it. It's the same thing that's in programming. Anything declared public, that means any class, anywhere has access to it. Now let me do something. Public let me define a method here. Public public what's it called? Public void. Let's not make addition. So let's see int int. So it is going to return first now plus so I've defined this here, right? Now I can go here and then do something like that. Oh, sorry. No. Let's say what was I trying to do here? Like, what did I do wrong? I know when it's static, it's only that class that has access to it. Coming. Supposed to have access to it. What's going on? Coming up. Not this. Oh, it was running this. Sorry. Oh, still not sure. What am I doing wrong? That is weird. It's probably I don't know what's going on, but that's cool. Let me see if I create another class. Um, oh, oh, I'm so sorry. It has a main method. So sorry about that. So sorry about that. I'm shouting that. Why am I? That's my bad. Yeah. Ah, that should even be like a problem. Because let me say it does. Um, and constructors. Oh, oh my God. I'm so sorry. I think I need to eat. So sorry. Sorry about that spasm. So I need to create a new instance of the class. Say, why did I even delete it? Yeah. Say swallows ever. Just to give me like constructor itself. So I need to have variable. Sorry. Why did you not put this up on? What's the problem? Sorry. So I have swallow. I'm just downloading here. That. And what am I using? Sorry. Change it to streams. So yeah, got it. So I'm going to make this method. Prepare. Let's just make it print out something funny. So yes. Where was I? Showing me here. See, sorry about the rambling. So this is public. That means this class has access to this method. Now imagine um a situation whereby I change it to private. It's giving me what related problem. That means the access to this method has been restricted by this access modifier. I just modified the access. Even if I change it to protected, if I change it to protected, it will run. It would actually run because this class still has access to the method. So yeah, that's basically it about access modifier. It's like the name is, it gives access, whether it be private. So in normally this string, in when you start like writing a program, it's going to be private because you don't want it to be, you don't want anybody to have access to it and then can now change the name in terms of like can just come. Yeah, let me see if I can change this one. Um, Normally this shouldn't have access to be able to change it. You get, but if I put private here, oh, oh no, not this. The class, this should have access to change, but this class should not have access to change it in the constructor. Like, should not be able to like forcefully change this water because we already defined the variable here as water. So when you change it to private, you can't. When you put the access modifier private, it won't be able to change it. Where is it again? I'm lost again. Not here. Okay, yeah, you won't be able to change it here once you have defined like you won't be able to do something like I did not put getters and setters. So when we get to object-oriented programming, you will understand why this actually needs to be private because it protects your data. It actually protects your data. At some point, there are some sensible data that you might not even like want to be modified. That's where we get your what's it called? That's where we get your um um getters and setters. Getters will help you fetch the data, setters will help you set just something like that. So that is totally out of scope for this class, this particular class. So yeah, basically what I wanted to show you was the whole public and private thingy. But I got stuck at some point for some weird reasons. So private will give me problem. No access. As a private access. So it will make me like probably change the access, make swallowed up prepare public, make it protected, or make it shall wants me to change it to now package private. That means it's private to this particular package. Okay. Where is it again? It's private to this part. If I don't put any stuff, what's it called? If I don't put anything here, it's private to this particular package. If I have another package under it and I now move to another package and try to call this method, it will not I will not be able to call it because it's private to that package. So it's only private, it can only be accessed to, it's not private to a private, normal private is private to this particular class. It can't go normal private. It's private to this particular class, but package private is private to the particular package. So any class in this package can still have access to it. Don't move it though. Can still have access to it. You get what I'm saying? So that is that's different between private and package private. It's just they are quite the name. Some of the methods are the names are quite intuitive.
Because I'm getting a bit confused. I get the private.
Mm.
I get the which one is package? I'm not getting the concept of this package private.
Package private.
Yeah,
I'm not. Okay. This is a package. This is food. So this is private. For package private, you don't write anything. You just write void prepare, and it still has access to it. But this, if I add another package now, not on that food. Oh yeah, actually, outside of this package, and add another package. And I add another class. Whatever. Right. Quite swallow. 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 Oh my God. This is where package private comes to play. You see that I don't have access to the method. But here, I had access to it. But because they are not under the same package, they are not under this general package, this one, this swiper.uncle swiper, they are not under, this one is totally under another package. So this particular, any class I define here can only have access to this. It can have access to the object, but can't have access to the to this. It can't have access to this method. Do you get it now? Do you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Somehow. I think if I go through it again, I'll get.
Okay. It's just package private. Package private. You don't have to necessarily, you don't have to write any access modifier. You just put void prepare, or if you are returning string, or if you are returning anything, you just put it. You don't put any access modifier. And then it knows within itself that, okay, I'm declaring this method as package private. So any other package or file or folder outside of this folder, see all these ones now.
Mm-hmm.
All these ones, they have access to it. If I did the same thing here, so why didn't I just copy it a bit? Where was I? Yeah. If I did the same thing here, I don't have access to this package, to this dot prepare too, because it is not under this food package. You get this one is under the general package.
Mm-hmm.
It's not under this food package. Well, anything I define under, if I define another class now.
You want 4 or 3? It's one. I'll dash
I
you.
want to.
Oh, how many tea? I'll bring it for you.
Bird.
You did not put the public target value in there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Don't know why I keep forgetting that. Jesus. It has access to it. Do you get? I think that was what was wrong with this one too, because I didn't put. Let me see, because it's supposed to have access to it. Let's see. With the case. Okay, it doesn't have access to it. So yeah, it's not. They are not under the same package. Okay. Oh yeah. This one is out of. Oh yeah, it's out of. So once they are not under the same package, it would not have access to this new class I created now. It has access to it because this true class I created is under this food package. So you get, that's why it is. So when you start coding, when you get to the reward, you know why it is like that. It's mainly for loose coupling, so that at some point, probably, I'm not, but they will not have cause in Jesus' name. Or say they now, because you'll be writing maybe services and all that. Say you now write a service, and then that service gets hacked, and then there's another service that contains services like package, a module, and that module contains maybe people's social security, their names, their email, their bank account, and stuff like that. It contains sensitive email, so you understand why we actually want all these access modifiers, so that peradventure this one gets hacked. Anything that is sensitive here, they cannot access it from here. Do you get? They cannot just call the method. They cannot call the variable from here. If somebody hacked in this place now, if somebody hacked all this now, they cannot have access to any sensitive data I did here. Do you get? So that's why we need some kind of access modifiers, all these private. That's where encapsulation comes from. It's actually data encapsulation. It's actually data encapsulation. You protect your data. You have to be, because you are dealing with people's lives here, probably working in the financial or any area you are working. Imagine Google declaring most of their variable as public. All those your password and everything, they now made it public as public funds. So they'll just siphon your money and all that. So yeah, that's why we have all these access modifier. That's why you see that if I change this class to private now, I can't have a private I can't have a private main class. Sorry. Let me see. It's not me. No, I can't have a private class. Oh, really? But I can have a protected class, sha. Yeah, I can have a protected class. So if I changed, trying to look for example, let me see. Okay, yeah, and there's static and there's non-static, and there's static, there are static classes too, and there are non-static classes. Is it classes or methods? Yeah, there are static, see, public, static, void, main. Okay. This static is a keyword too. Let me show you where it will make sense for you. Yeah. So yeah, write a method. So the method is public. Let's say it's a public starting method. Right. That's not parameter. I just want to show something. So make sure I wrote this early word, not that messy. So here, if it's static, now, if it's static, I can do something like print. But here, what's the class I do for static? Okay. I cannot do something like true dot. I can do something like true dot print here, but here, if it was not static, I would have problem here. In terms of, I now have to do something like, so stupid. I have to do something like true dot. Okay, sorry. This class will not be able to access the method that will not be able to access this method. This one too will not be able to access this method. So static makes the it makes the method accessible. For it here now, on my print. Imagine I just, what's the problem with it? Oh, this one. Nothing concerning us. Okay, so do that right. Good now. Yeah. So static makes it I'm trying to look for how to break it down in terms of it makes the that's why uh it makes it accessible to, it makes your method accessible to. It's one of those things that is used in what's it called, data protection, all these encapsulation things too. It's just extra protection. Like, okay, that came out weird. It's just extra protection. Okay, this, if I didn't put it static, I would have problem with this. This will not have access to it too. So in that case, no. Leave it. In that case, nobody has access to it. In this, your main method will not have access to it. Yeah, now they static. Um, Actually, I wanted to demonstrate something. I wanted to demonstrate string method overloading. This will pass. So I can have countless. I can leave this one like this, and then to return. What's it mean? To return something else. No, I have another. This is method overloading. Now there's method overloading, there's method overriding to print. If I just left it like this, it will throw, because we already have something similar, to throw an error. And if I did something like this too, it already has something similar, like something that has only one string. No matter how much you change the name of the variable, we already have something similar. It only has one argument, one string argument. It doesn't really care about the string, like the variable name. So let's say I put first name.
Oh, I brought you two. One more time for this one, whichever two you want.
So this one can print.
Eddie, I want to do. I'm tempted. I want to. You can have both. Thank you. You're a darling.
So yeah, this is method overloading. It's like overloading a method. I know I'm repeating myself. So you can have the same name, but different. What changes is the argument. The argument must change. And this one too can call, can just say something like print first name. And then you can initialize the first name here and say Stan. No, do that. Plus second. Sorry, Stan. What did I want to do, go? Go. Oh, it needs first name. Cannot be applied to void. Okay, let me change this to string. If I change it to string now. Yeah. So my method has passed, but then it's no longer method overloading. It's already something different. But yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, there's method overloading, method overriding. Method overriding is completely different. It's like it's like trying to override the method. Like, okay, this method is doing something like this. When it gets to this particular place, let it override it and stuff like that. So that's method overriding. But we're going to talk more about that when we get to object-oriented programming. I'm so sorry I'm so slow today. This morning I'm just so tired.
It's okay.
So yeah, I think we are done. Or does Mr. Shimon have anything to say? I think I'm done for today. Mr. Sukomi, why did I say Mr. Shimon?
Maybe you want to make me an instructor.
We have already talked about it before, so that there will be a time that I'll teach all of us. Mr. Sukomi, is even there?
Yes, I'm with you.
Do you have anything else to say?
No, the class is interesting.
Same class.
I don't know, maybe Sister Shem has something to say.
Well, I do. Yeah, the class was very interesting. However, I do not know why we kept using food connotations all day.
Because I'm hungry, sorry. Because I'm hungry. And you are drinking tea. Is that fair?
Sorry, I didn't know I was on mute. I'm sorry. My sister just brought it in for me. I'm sorry.
I imagine. Why won't I use food connotation?
And that was partly your fault, if I must confess. Because
Sorry about that. So that being said, I think we are done for today's class. We'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow would be let me see. Tomorrow's class will be 2 p.m., right? 2 p.m. Yeah, let me confirm, sorry. Yeah, it's 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Tomorrow's class will be 2 p.m. And then based on this, we are going to move to we should do object oriented. No, we'll do control, conditionals, loops, switch, you know. Yeah, that's tomorrow. But tomorrow loops, conditionals, and branchings. So switch statement, if statement, man, and all that. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you for your time. See you later.